It is Thursday, and you're locked into the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. We are back in the air-conditioned studio today with you on this hot day in beautiful Panama City Beach, right here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. Don't forget the Braves tonight, looking for that victory to close out the series against the Cardinals. They play right after the show. 6 o'clock is the coverage. 6:15 is the first pitch. Don't forget the Braves are sponsored by Bill Bird Kia, Hewitt Tire and Auto, PCB Hobby, Cito, and Brock Pest Control, as well as Blue Diamond Truck Accessories. Don't forget also you can call in on the Tropical Spas and Pools phone line. 850-215-6290 is the way you do that. You can call in, you can text in on that line. As always, on a Thursday, in the building, ready to go with his American pride. Now, you did not wear a shirt yesterday at the Lone Star Bowl House World Cup party.
I didn't
with
wear
a flag.
shirt. I was naked
with a flag on it. But then you show up today
Topless.
and you've got a flag and it says American Pride on it, and we're not even at the party. I mean,
It's the after party.
I think you got them mixed up. I think you just got them mixed up.
I had a red shirt on. It had a blue
Polo.
Ralph Lauren, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Polo. I mean, what's more American than polo? Is
That's
that
right.
British? I don't even know.
I don't either. Have you ever played polo?
I've never played polo.
Okay,
I've ridden a horse. I've held a club at putt-putt.
I bet you have putt-putt.
This is the most exciting time of the year for you.
It is.
I mean, the headlines are what? Soccer and WNBA.
Yeah, that's right. As always, on a Thursday, we got the Crusher of the Bones in the building. Bone Crusher, how are you today?
Dude, while LSU Jeff is wearing Ralph Lauren, I'm over at the Salvation Army on 15th Street wearing a shirt someone's died in.
Oh my gosh, that's not very nice. But I mean, if it fits, wear it.
But was it a bulldog driving too fast?
It was.
Who was it that died?
I don't know. Yeah.
It depends.
Wow. So yeah, I want to talk a little bit about yesterday. I thought that was a fantastic day. If you didn't get a chance to go back and watch the show, it was a fantastic show. We were live in location right there at the Lone Star Bowl House. Fantastic listeners showing up, and all of you, thank you so much for showing up and having a good time. And we were able to give away Atlanta Brave tickets, which was fantastic. They were very happy. He was telling me that they had never been before to Atlanta's Truist Park.
The sad part was it was a girl who won.
Well, it was him and his wife.
Yeah, she won it. It wasn't him.
Yeah, but, he was like coming up
She was
afterwards.
like, what's my favorite player? Chipper Jones.
Yeah.
It took a little bit. But
I forgot about how popular Chipper was and is. Chipper is probably.
I mean, to anybody a little bit younger than you, Chipper is probably the man.
Right.
He's like the Dale Murphy of that generation.
Right. But he, the pitchers during that time was, Greg Maddux and Glavine and those guys. And people remember Dave Justice. He was popular.
So Smoltz is the third wheel to that cog?
Oh, yeah, for
Okay.
sure. But not even below, because after he had his Tommy John surgery, he came back in and became the best closer in Major League Baseball. So he was a starter before his Tommy John.
Isn't it funny, though, we think about the action, we think about the hitting. Don't really consider, the pitching sometimes, unless, I mean, I'm a super Nolan Ryan fan.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few that slip through, but I mean, that's kind of what the Braves have. That's half of their ammo as far as super all-stars that they've had.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you look at it, the pitching has been, phenomenal.
Yeah. Because
really, when you ask people who's your favorite Brave, I mean, they're already calling Ronald Acuna Jr. their favorite,
Wow.
And I mean, that's because.
Well, Sale.
That's
because of what?
That's because Chipper, Dale Murphy, and now who else? That's where I'm going. Who else? Who you going to name?
Well, the sad part is they won, 5-2 yesterday?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think it was.
There's nothing sad about winning 5-2, by the way.
It's pitching again, though.
Yeah.
You're only hitting. I'm not saying you're disappointed for getting 5 runs.
Right.
It's not disappointing, but you're not getting 6 or 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Because that would be super
it
exciting.
could be worse. We could be LSU's baseball team, but we're not.
Yeah.
We're winning games. But, I get what you're saying, 5-2. We need more runs because we've been so lackluster. I know exactly where you're going with that. We've been so lackluster in the run department that it's like, gosh, we got – the number 7, it seems like.
It is 7.
It really seems like the number 7 if you score 7 runs in the major leagues, you can be in any game.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Because in the last 4 weeks, that's the last time they scored 7. The Braves have. They had like one game where they lost 7-6 in extra innings, and that was the only time in the last 4 weeks that they've really been kind of hitting. Really.
Yeah. Well, if you go back, there's been. I can tell you right now, like when they played the Giants, which was a couple of weeks back when they were at home against the Giants. The Giants scored 7-2, 7-5 to beat them in those 2 games. The Mets 8 and the Mets 7. Outside of that,
so that's what the other team is scoring,
right?
Yeah,
and
you have to outscore your opponent,
right? And then you talk about that Padres game 7-6,
yeah, and extra innings, 10 innings.
But if you look at every game after that,
2, 3, 1.
But I'm even talking about the other team: Padres 5-2, Braves 3-1, Giants 5-0, Giants 3-2. Cardinals 5-3, Braves 5-1.
Take the under.
Yeah, if you can. Yeah, because it's not working. But last night, obviously some things happened, some things didn't happen that you want. One of the things that did happen for the Braves is that Drake Baldwin, he's really been in a big slump, and going 1 for 3 last night with a walk and 2 runs was good. Ozzie Albies 2 for 4.
Oh, that's good.
2 RBIs.
There you go.
And a home run.
That's the man.
That's what you want right there.
But you need 2 of those guys.
But Matt
Doesn't
Olson,
matter who it is, you need 2 of those guys doing that.
Matt Olson, he's hitting 270 right now with 20 home runs, but like last night, 0 for 4. Didn't do very well. Michael Harris Jr., 1 for 2 with an RBI, which is what you need. Again, Dubon and Dominique Smith. Austin Riley did not in a run last night. So he went 1 for 4 with an RBI, and he's batting 207 with 8 home runs. And a lot of people are already cashing in on it. They're like, shave your head. Have a start over. Because baseball is a superstitious game.
Yeah.
And so it's
socks inside out.
Like he's got his hair, he grew his hair out this year. Well, it ain't working.
No.
Like, cut the locks off, Sunshine. Goldilocks, put them up. You know what I mean? Like, donate it. Do something with those hair links.
Okay, maybe this is the hump. 50th win, Paul.
It was 50-34. The Cardinals are 44-39. There's a lot of other teams that I could be looking at right now that we could totally be. But winning 50 games before the break, if you'd have asked me at the beginning, I'll take it.
And you know what? If you want to slump, do it now. Don't do it at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because that's when you need to be on your game.
And we're going to –
and we have you have the depth.
You do. We're going to get Acuna back. And because we've had him hurt before, which is unfortunate, we've had him come back hot. We've had him come back mild. Mm-hmm. We've never really had Ronald Acuna come back, and he was ice cold.
Yeah.
So the good thing is usually when Acuna comes back, there's a little bit more excitement because he's our best player, or at least one of them, him and Drake Baldwin and Matt Olson. He brings that flair. He brings that, because I said flair, he brings that woo back. But, that's really where I think, if he can get back and be Ronald Acuna and, bat 270, hit some home runs, manufacture runs, that's the biggest thing, and allow him to come back and be healthy. I'm glad they're taking their time with him. I don't see the rush because, we're up in our division. I know the lead has dwindled very fast, but I think we're going to be okay. I can't believe you just was quiet right there. You
were the best team in all of baseball.
Yeah.
And the only team that you even kind of almost outpace is really the Yankees. because the Rays have picked it up a little bit, right? The Brewers are doing better. The Dodgers are definitely doing better.
Phillies, though.
The Phillies are on I don't want to say a streak because it's kind of like here and there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, all these teams are kind of gaining on you, and you went from being the number one team in the league to being, I don't know, fifth or whatever it is in record.
Yeah. We had a rough June, and we'll talk about that.
And it's not your opponents.
Right. No, it's us. I mean, and I want to talk about that, but I want to talk about something from last night that really was successful. If you look at it, Lopez went 5 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts, okay? But we went to the bullpen, and we had Dodd, Fuentes, Lee, and Iglesias comes in at the end. 4 scoreless innings by 4 different pitchers.
Wow. Okay.
So that was very good for the bullpen to get some work and figure this whole thing out.
A Cardinals team that, if the season ended right now, is a wild card.
Okay, for sure. Yeah. They're definitely a team.
They're in the hunt unless they fold.
Right. Well, so you brought it up talking about where we are. So they've already produced the records for June for Major League Baseball. Ugh. And, you know, there's going to be some – I'm gonna talk about the top 10.
We're in July, Paul.
Yeah, but
forget about June.
I just want to talk about what it was, though. But look at it. The Marlins went 20-6 in June. Wow. The Dodgers went 18-9. Yeah. The Phillies went 18-9. Wow. The Brewers went 17-10. The Cubs went 16-10. The Astros went 16-11. The Rangers went 16-11, and the Tigers went 15-11. The White Sox went 13-12, and then the Cardinals, they went 13-12. Okay, so
the shocker out of there is obviously the Marlins.
The Marlins
we
going
didn't
20
see them coming.
No. They're and they've made a lot of ground up, and so did the Phillies. The Phillies went 18-9.
We knew the Phillies were doing it even in May.
But can I tell you the teams? I'll give you the bottom 5. The Orioles went 11-16. The Cleveland Guardians went 10-15.
Wow.
And the Atlanta Braves went 9-14 in the month of June. That's the problem.
9-14. So you only played 23 games, where other teams playing 25 and 27 games in a month.
Yeah, and we 9-14. That's really bad.
They're too busy watching the World Cup, Paul.
That's true. The Mets 10-17, but the team that leveled out at the bottom was good old Mike's team, the Cincinnati Reds, 9-17. The Yankees went 12-14. If you're wondering, I knew you would be. So, but yeah, I with that, the Braves having won last night. Lost the night before, coming into tonight. Hopefully, they will be able to turn it around. I mean, the lineup for tonight is going to be Drake Baldwin, Ozzie Albies, Matt Olson, Michael Harris, Marcio Dubon, Dominique Smith, Austin Riley, Mike Yastrzemski, and Jim Jarvis. And Hurston Waldrop is going to be on the mound tonight. So hopefully, he can get set up for – if he can give us 5 to 6 innings, 1 or 2 runs, that's fine. But again, I think we need to go back to what you said. We gotta really have run support. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it almost feels like we're in the Pirates category because I mean the Pirates were like 11-16 for the month of June. But the fact is that when Paul Skeens is not pitching, they're over 500. When Paul Skeens pitch, they lose more games than they don't, and it's like he's one of the best, if not the best, pitcher in the National League for sure, in all of baseball, maybe. And that's the thing about when you talk about run support, and that's the biggest thing about the Pirates that they've been saying for years, is that you've got this pitcher that's dominant, and that's the case. The other deal is the trade deadline is coming up very soon. And, which I know you love.
Oh, I hate it.
But there is a lot of momentum right now that says that Skubal is possibly coming to Atlanta. Now, what I don't want to do is I don't want to get rid of, some of our good bullpen guys that have been good all year. But I know we're going to have to give up somebody because, it's just part of the
that player's
price.
Not free.
I just wonder.
The draft is not that strong.
Yeah.
Baseball draft is the weakest of them all.
I just wonder if we were to give up, like, I wonder if they would take Austin Riley because I think people are trying to get rid of him. He's not bad.
Unrealistic.
He's 207. He's batting 207. He's only got 8 home runs.
Him and somebody better than him away to get to get the school.
Yeah, there's some younger talent that that we do have that will that could help us. Mm-hmm. Do you think the Braves are gonna give up first place before the break at all?
What are you talking about?
Because,
no.
Okay, good.
Are they 3.5 up or 4.5?
It should be. I think it was.
Something like that. 3.5, 4.5.
Yeah.
You got it, man. All you have to. I'm not saying coast in. You don't do that. Not in the middle of the season like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have the first place.
Yeah.
Are the Phillies worrisome in the playoffs? Yeah, just as almost not as much as the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And then you look at the AL.
I'm not really worried about. I just want to win.
Really worried about you just need to get through the NL.
Yeah, I just want to win. The thing is like, the guy that I wanted to come to the Braves last year at the break was Kyle Schwarber, mm-hmm. right? And he's on pace for 61 home runs this year.
Wow!
So that would have been a big.
That's Roger
piece.
Maris.
Yeah, that's a big piece into what we're trying to do. But he's on pace to set the single season strikeout record at 251 too. So if he's not hitting a home run, he's striking out, and he's striking out way more times than he's hitting. So I don't love that part. Something else that we've talked about before, and I wish I would have had this up for Brian, but I believe there's only like 8 teams or 8 players right now that is batting over 300 for this season. And I will say this, out of all the times that I've been wrong about the Braves, there was one thing that I was totally right about. Do you remember what I gave last year after the end of the season for baseball? Do you remember what I said? What was going to happen next year, which would be this year's baseball season? It was a specific player that I said was going to do really bad. He was not going to do good. He just had
a clue.
Lightning in the bottle. He was one of the stars of last year, come from nowhere. Nobody really knew much about him. A lot of people did here because he come from Florida State. But that's your clue. But, I just, one of the guys that has not done anything this year was, you don't remember?
No, I don't remember his name.
The big dumper.
Yeah, the big dumper.
Kyle Riley. Hitting 160.
What is he, 24 years old?
Hitting 162.
How old is he, Paul?
With 8 home runs. I don't know.
Catch the kid some stuff.
29. He's 29 years old.
29 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's half your age. He's batting
no,
one.
He's not. He's not.
He's batting 162 with 8 home runs. And if you remember last year, he was dominating. So I just wanted to bring that up because I wanted you to know that as much as I wanted Schwarber, and he's doing pretty good. He's part of the Phillies power team or whatever that they're doing right now, winning all those games. There were things that people had said about bringing these different guys in, and Kyle Riley, thankfully, he didn't come to the Braves, which I didn't think he would because we got Drake Baldwin. So.
Well, thank God it's Tampa Bay Rays territory here.
That's right. Oh, my gosh. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a break. Yeah, we're absolutely going to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to have Alan Watson. We got to talk about Phil Mickelson. What is going on? You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We are back live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your spot for the Atlanta Braves. Don't forget the Braves tonight take on the St. Louis Cardinals right after this show. 6 o'clock is the coverage time. 6:15 is the first pitch. Don't forget, if you want to be a part of this show, you can be. All you got to do is call the Tropical Spas and Pools phone line at 850-215-6290. You can call in or text in, and we will be so gracious to take your call and or respond to your text. As always, on this Thursday, we have on the phone line Alan Watson from Golf Plus. Alan, how are you today, my friend? Oh, yeah, we're doing fantastic. We had a great time last night at the Lone Star Boil House. We had our World Cup party. We did the show live. It was great. I ate so much that I had to wobble. I think there's a rap song that says wobble baby, or something like that. I felt like I was wobbling all the way to the truck and I was about to fall over. But either way, I'm good now. How are you today? So the Golf Plus is in full effect. Obviously, the reason why you are busy is because I'm sure somebody had some kind of repairs that needed to be done or fittings today. So tell us about that. Is that what happened? Well, that's good. Now tell us how the whatnot is going. Obviously, we've been talking about that, but also tell us the name of it so that and next time that you're going on. Yeah, you're exactly right. So you're going to Atlanta to watch the Braves. Who are they playing when you go? Oh, okay, you got them. Okay, yeah. Well, you should bring a sign in that says New York fans are no good. That's what you should do. Start the party off right.
But that starts with the Yankees, not the Mets, though.
No, it starts off with the Knicks is actually who it starts off with. So hopefully the Braves will stay in the win column tonight. Where are your seats at? Yeah. Yeah, that should be good. Well, we're excited for you to go. I don't know if you saw it last night, but the soccer fans had left from their World Cup game and went over to the Braves game and they kind of took over left field last night, and they were all there cheering and obviously cheering for the Braves. So that was a kind of a cool story. I don't know if you saw that or not. So do you think, talking about the World Cup, do you think the World Cup has just, because of being here in America, it's really brought on a lot of American fans? Because I'll be honest with you, man, I've started watching it. Now, will I watch the MLS or will I watch any of these other? No, I won't. Will I? I'm just saying, like, I think having it here has been a great experience for everybody that's living in America right now.
It's injected a lot of patriotism, for starters. I saw more than 1,000 people out in the street in San Diego. They're not even playing a match in San Diego, and they just had all the people out in the street with the flag. It was great. But the sad part is that somebody came up to me early this morning at work and said, "Oh, did you see that USA game and all that?" I was like, yeah, I saw the game. And then I started to talk about the game that came on before it, because the Belgium thing was a shocker. Like when they were down 2-0 for a while there, and then they came back, tied it up, and put it into overtime. That was a riveting game. That was exciting.
Yeah, that's true. I enjoyed it. Every game seems like, with it not. I always thought, it's not a fun game because you can't score a lot of points. But it's like, gosh, the more points you score, it's a blowout.
Oh, but not that 2-2 yesterday. Well, it ended up being 3-2. In overtime.
Yeah.
But 2-0. I was worried for 1 second there when we were up 1-0 and the guy got the red card and we only had 10 people on the pitch.
Yeah.
On
the pitch.
On the pitch.
You hear him, Alan? He's trying to sound like he knows soccer. Oh, my God. Well, I was going to tell you, if you're having some, downtimes in your Whatnot shows or your new show that you're about to have, maybe you should have Jeff come in and try on some of the shirts and the hats. Maybe that'll bump sales up. Just kidding. Let's talk about this whole Phil Mickelson deal. Now, obviously, he had a lot of stuff going on a couple of weeks back, and, it was brought up that he made some disparaging remarks to a female, and she reported it, and he got kicked out and all of that. And then it just seemed like, okay, well, since we're going to be talking about it, so supposedly Phil had done some stuff in 2016 with another golfer's wife as far as sending her pictures that were inappropriate. So was that true, or was that just kind of a rumor? Did that hit back then?
Any of this coming out about Phil. Most of the rumors about Phil have always circled around his gambling and things like that. But this is a whole new mess of trouble, so to speak. And it is kind of disturbing, and it is kind of shocking because we don't think of golfers as being controversial figures other than Tiger, who's gotten himself into plenty of trouble over the last several years.
Yeah, it seems like maybe Phil said, "Hold my beer, Tiger."
Yeah. I mean, you would hope not, but you're right. I mean, that's what it feels like. It feels like we just got over the latest Tiger, DUI crash, whatever, and then it's like, okay, who's going to be next on the? And yeah, here comes Phil Mickelson, which I didn't have that on my bingo card. I really didn't, just because he's getting older and he's not as relevant anymore. But maybe that's why things go crazy. Maybe he's out of the limelight and acting up. I don't know. I hope not, but it certainly looks bad.
I mean, even John Daly can, behave himself.
Yeah, somewhat, yes. But John has
somewhat.
There's a different sort of, not standard, but there's a different level of what John. But you're right. I mean, nobody's ever gone to the press and said that John was, exposing himself or doing any weird things, right? So yeah, John's just a mess in terms of his diet and exercise routine or lack thereof, and whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's yeah.
But he's a fan favorite.
Don't ever he is a fan favorite, and Phil was for a long time until Liv came along. So yeah, I mean I kind of tend to reserve judgment on these types of things until I get more factual information. But man, usually when there's smoke, there's fire. So you kind of hate this stuff.
So Jordan Spieth hit a drive today. It landed underneath the trash can, and he still birdied.
That's crazy.
That is nuts.
That's crazy.
Can we name him? Can we name Jordan Spieth like the most potential underwhelming golfer of the last 20 years?
Wow. No.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can for sure.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, I mean, he made, when he was 21 years old, he made $22 million, and he won the green jacket and everything else. And then he really hasn't done jack squat ever since. And I think he has an incredible short game. He definitely has the most entertaining self-talk because he gets onto himself all the time. But his driver, he just can't be consistent with. And from a potential standpoint, Paul, I think you're right. I mean, in terms of what could have been, he's way up there on the what could have been chart. Ricky's another one, but Jordan had even more talent than Ricky, and Jordan should have won more and should have been a bigger star. I mean, he's a huge star, but it's kind of like saying Angel Reese is a huge star, and then you go, but really statistically it's like one or two categories. It's not all across the board, in my opinion. Don't come at me, WNBA folks. There's only like 6 of you anyway, but don't come at me.
That's what I'm talking about. Also, hey, before you go any further with that, just so you know, Jeffrey's eyes perked up when you said the star behind Angel Reese's name. That's his favorite player.
No,
that's his favorite player.
Right.
She's from LSU.
Yeah. But well, that's true. That's true. She did play at LSU, but yeah, I mean, I think Jordan Spieth, like I said, you could look at Jordan, you can look at Ricky, you can look at a few guys. The good thing is that I appreciate about Jordan is that he hasn't quit, because there's a lot of guys over the years like David Duval. I'm not saying David Duval was a quitter, but I'm saying there were guys like David Duval and Hunter Mahan and several other guys over the years who played really good for a 5 or 10 year stretch and then just essentially disappeared. I mean, they just disappeared off the face of the map, right? And so for Jordan, he's still there, right? He's still trying, he's still in the mix, but it's just it's almost like it's not the same guy anymore. I mean, we've obviously talked about Scotty Scheffler's struggles this year to maintain the level of play he's had the last few years, but he's still, I mean, he came in second a week or so ago, right? I mean, he can still play. Jordan just doesn't seem like, I don't know if he'll ever be what he was when he was in his early 20s. So I don't know. It's disappointing.
How do those guys make money though? Like, are they set up with the sponsors so deep and their pockets are so deep that they've got all of these sponsors so much? The guys that are not placing, or the guys that might make the cut every once in a while, that you might see them on TV every blue moon. If you look at the leaderboard, they're never on, the top 25, top 30. Yep. How do those guys make the money? Because it just seems like, you could really just go make a good living if you were really good at golf and then just kind of, like you're saying, he seems like he might just be coasting and just like, living his best life where, I made the cut this time, but next time I'm not going to make the cut because we all want to go to Disney World or whatever.
Yeah. Well, Jordan is an exception over some of those guys that you're referring to because he has some big contracts like AT&T and some other ones that pay him well. But your average journeyman golfer, so we did a study about 15 years ago. So this is old data, but it'll make sense to you. So about 15 years ago, a buddy of mine, we looked at the minimum tour. I think you have to play 17 or 18 events on tour. We looked at it and said, what if you played 21 or 22 events, and what if you shot even par every single round? So all you shot was even par. What kind of money would you have made? And we ran all the numbers for those tournaments. Now, granted, some tournaments you wouldn't even make the cut, whatever. But basically, we figured out 15 years ago that a professional golfer could make about $2 million a year just playing like crap. You know what I mean? Just making cuts and playing like crap. And so nowadays that would be even more money, obviously. But yeah, you've got the hat sponsorship, you've got the sponsors on their shirts, you've got the television advertising if they can get that, you've got some local type sponsorships they might have, you've got their equipment sponsorships, you've got that. So they can make a better living than the average American just off their sponsorships. Now, granted, it does cost a lot to be a professional golfer because you've got your caddies, your trainers, your sports psychologists, you've got your whole team, your agent takes a cut. It's kind of like being in a rock band or a country band and you're on the road. You've got a lot of people to pay. You don't get to keep all the money, right? So there is a lot that goes out, and taxes and all that. It's crazy. But you could make a good living just being mediocre in golf. But the stress of it, I think, would be the problem because these guys all want to compete and they want to be good. And especially if you look like a Jordan Spieth who has won in the past and been great, I'm sure he feels that pressure and wants to be more than just oh, look, I made $1 million this year, or I made $2 million. That sounds like a lot to normal people, but to them, that's bottom of the barrel crap. And so I don't think that he wants to be there. But yeah, you're right. There's plenty of those guys that are out there chugging along, trying their best. Maybe they're only making $50,000 a year in sponsorship dollars. Maybe they're only making half the cuts, and that actually is tough for those guys because now you've got to pay for all your expenses and you're not bringing that much in. So unlike other professional sports, there is no retainer money. There is no guaranteed contract. There is no you're going to get paid whether you ride the bench or not. In golf, it is kill what you keep, and that is the only way it works.
Wow.
Yeah. So he shot a 1 under today. Jordan Spieth did. Yeah. And it's tied for 69th with a bunch of other people. It's the John Deere up in Illinois.
Yeah.
And it's 8.8 million, but they spread that out among who I don't even know how many people, right?
That's the total purse. And see, the purse at the Travelers last week when Scotty came in second and Victor Hovland beat him in the playoff, the Travelers' total purse was a little over $20 million.
Wow.
So this purse is not even 50%. So this is not one of the what we call signature events, right? This is just a normal week. And you're right. If you don't make the cut, you make nothing. And if you make the cut, the last place guy that makes the cut probably gets $50K or something like that. But the winner probably takes home, 1.2 to 1.8, something like that. So it's a big jump from first to last.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
Well, no, I mean, okay, so let's say it's even was a cutoff and you have 102 after the first round. Usually drop down to what, 70 people maybe in the second round that are above?
Yeah. No,
even?
well, after they'll do 2 rounds and then they'll do the cut.
Yeah.
So they'll do 2 rounds, then they'll do the cut. Usually they'll keep, I want to say it's 70-something and ties or 50-something and ties because they want to go from threesomes down to twosomes. Mm-hmm. So they have to cut a certain number of people. Oh. Plus, that's the only way the prize money works out, too.
So in the second round, they're still doing 3 people all in a group?
Usually. So every professional tournament, for the most part in golf, not all of them, but pretty much all of them, it's the first 2 rounds, and then they do the cut line based on how many people they can take into the last 2 days, and then those other guys don't play the weekend, the ones that don't make the cut. And they also don't get paid, not one single dime. Wow. If you don't make the cut, there is no money involved.
Yikes.
So now you have to pay your caddy, and you have to pay your trainer, and you have to pay everybody else, but yet you didn't bring any money in. So, yeah, and then if it's a really long distance away from where you live, you may be taking a jet back or whatever. Obviously, that's expensive. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't live that lifestyle, but, you know, I can only imagine how disappointing that is to go out and try to play. You play your practice rounds, you play your first 2 rounds, and then you go home with $0 to show for it. Unlike, you know, a professional basketball player or football player, they can get hurt and hold out the rest of the season, and they still get paid, you know, but not in golf.
Was there a course that you played either last year or this year and all that where you were kind of surprised at how good the course was?
I haven't gotten to play as much travel golf these last couple of years, so I can't. I'm not thinking of any one particular course, but yeah, I mean, there's certainly over the last 10 years I've played some doozies. I'm trying to think of one that really stands out. One of my favorite courses is on the Robert Trent Jones Trail up in Alabama. It's in Muscle Shoals, so way up in the north corner near Mississippi and Tennessee. They have a course up there called Fightin' Joe that I just absolutely love. It's one of my favorite. If I could get up there more often, I would. But my ex-wife's family is from up there, so I'm not allowed legally in the county. But anyway, that's a whole other issue.
Whoa, Can you stay on the phone line just a little bit longer? We're going to go to the next segment, and we're going to talk all about that if we could.
About the ex-wife?
No, just kidding. Just kidding.
No, I gotta run. But anyway,
yeah,
you gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go. Well, Alan, we appreciate it, man. We want you to have a blast, and make sure you take a lot of pictures and tell us how the Braves game was and that experience, and give a good old "Let's Go Braves" when you get there, and let them know that we're pulling for them.
All right, awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you soon. Y'all have a safe and happy 4th.
All right, you too, man. Thank you so much. Alan Watson of Golf Plus. Go see him over there. He's over there by Richard Jackson, right beside Firefly and Rocket Lanes. All of the
Hangout.
Yeah, all of that stuff. Yeah. So go over there, eat, and go over there and buy some stuff and get your golf game on point. When we come back, we are going to dive into World Cup stuff and other stuff. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lock it in and rip the knob off. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has turned up the power.
I'm getting an off-change, God, Captain.
From Port St. Joe to Panama City to Fort Walton Beach, the biggest sports signal in the Panhandle.
If I push it any harder, the whole thing will blow.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
Looking to upgrade your truck? It's Blue Diamond Truck Accessories in Panama City. They sell, service, and install it all. Light kits, bed covers, bumpers, winches, lift kits, and any trailer hitch you can imagine. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, just west of Frankfort Avenue on 15th Street. Find Blue Diamond Truck Accessories on Facebook or call 850-914-0265. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, 850-914-0265.
Strap in, Braves country, because this 2026 Braves squad is reminding the league that the road to the postseason still runs through Atlanta.
And he swings and it's one high and deep to left field. Green to the wall, and it's gone! Home run, Ozzie Albies!
Tonight, the Braves and Cardinals keep it going at Truist Park in Atlanta as Drake Baldwin and the Braves look for a win against St. Louis.
Coverage starts at 6 and the first pitch will be at 6:15 here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Your put-downs, smack-downs, and shutdowns.
That's the difference between a winning football team and a losing football team.
It's a Trash Talk Thursday on the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You are live and local with us right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. We're so glad that you joined us today on this beautiful Thursday right here in Panama City Beach, Florida. And we are excited about it. You can call in, you can text in on the Tropical Spas and Pools phone line. 850-215-6290 is the way you do that. And we are actually going to go ahead and go to the phone line. We've got Ed on the line. Ed, how are you today, my friend?
Hot. Very hot. It's 101 right now, so it's hot.
And you're calling from, where are you at?
San Antonio, Texas.
All right. Spurs fan here, and so it's hot there. It's hot here as well. Just stay hydrated, and I love the heat, though. That's why we moved here. I love it, so I'm happy with it. So, I mean, we got air conditioning.
Not a cold guy.
Yeah.
Not a cold guy at all, man.
And I did hear today that our governor did say, because I heard that the mayor of New York had said that everybody needs to put their temperature or their thermostat on 78 in their houses so that they can share the electric bill, share the power. But I will say that Ron DeSantis said, turn it to 69. We're good here in Florida. Just so you know. I did hear that. So whether that's true or not, Jeff says so.
What?
But what's going on, Ed? How are you today, man? What do you want to talk about?
Pretty good, man. I was just talking about how, I don't know about y'all, but I'm into it kind of. I haven't gone crazy about it, but people get really into this collecting stuff or spending a ton of money on merch, on sports memorabilia and merch. Y'all into it? No, yay, nay. What's y'all's budget, and are you a fan of it in general?
I am. I remember that being one of the pillars of my childhood growing up. Me living in Mobile, Alabama.
As an adult.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying it still carries on because of my childhood. Because
he spent his whole allowance on it.
I would, buy, whether it be buy baseball cards or, maybe buying a jersey or a pair of shoes because this player, had that. I remember liking Michael Jordan, and because at the time he had his favorite drink was the citrus Gatorade. And so that made me want a citrus Gatorade. Not because I thought if I drink it, I would be able to fly, but I felt like, so yeah, absolutely. I think it's a great thing. Even to this day, I will buy clothes or whatever of my favorite team. And I think it's a great thing. And especially when you go to an event, if you show up, it's just like showing up for an Atlanta Braves game and you're wearing a, Tommy Bahama shirt. Just like, are you a Braves fan or not?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of astronomical with some of these prices. I've seen, especially like during the World Cup, some of these jerseys and stuff like that, man. It's gotten crazy. Like burning $100 ain't nothing anymore.
Yeah, now that is true. The jersey prices, have went up, and there's a lot of people that sell them now, and they've got stitched jerseys that are reasonable but you just have to go online and you have to wait for them to come across the ocean.
And I'm not one of those people, like I spent the majority of my money on alcohol and women. You know what I mean? So I ain't got no reason to point fingers at people that are spending hundreds of dollars on jerseys and memorabilia. But I was just wondering, do you ever meet people or call in, and talk about this merch and stuff like that, or like they collect cards or something to do with sports? Because I know there are a lot of sports fanatics or fans out there that will collect almost anything from any team that they're really diehard about.
Yeah, I mean a lot of people do. Yeah, a lot of people call in, and which we do have two sponsors, PCB Hobby and Instant Replay Sports Cards, that are sponsors here of the show. And, we talk about it every Monday and Wednesday. And so it's a good topic, and a lot of people visit those shops in this area. And like you said, it's memorabilia, it's signed stuff. I think that's the biggest thing, is that the signed memorabilia market has really grown because people really want the autographs of the players, and then they get it, whether it's PSA or CGC, and they get it authenticated, and then that way they can hang it on their wall, and it's worth a certain amount of money and all that.
Let me ask y'all then real quick, what is y'all's favorite piece of merchandise, sports memorabilia merchandise that y'all have personally? What is y'all's personal home collection, favorite number one in the home? What you got?
It used to be a Scottie Pippen rookie card until I found out it wasn't worth anything. I mean, it's worth like $65 or something like that. I mean, that's okay. But I do have Bo Jackson's autograph and Brett Favre's autograph. So there you go. That's my two. Jeffrey?
So 1997, the Super Bowl is in New Orleans, and I'm working as a waiter at a fine dining restaurant. And we had two reservations in the same night.
Waffle House isn't fine dining.
Yeah, it was not Waffle House. Yeah. It was not smothered, covered, or anything like that, is what the people were. But anyway, we had two reservations, and one reservation was Dan Marino, and I'm a Dolphins fan. He was still playing at the time. But, of course, he wasn't playing in the Super Bowl because that was Brett Favre versus the New England Patriots and Drew Bledsoe. But anyway, so one is Dan Marino, and I'm like, oh, my God, I can't believe Dan Marino is coming to my restaurant. I mean, what are the chances of this, right? And then the other one was Paul McCartney. And everybody at the restaurant is like, oh, my God, Paul McCartney's coming. And there I am saying, oh, my God, Dan Marino's coming. And so I got his autograph, and I got to see him up close and personal. I'm talking, I was like 2 feet from him, and I was like, oh, wow. I was just speechless.
He shook Jeff's hand, and Jeff has never washed his hand since.
I believe it. I believe it.
Well, thanks so much, Ed. We appreciate it. We got another caller. We're going to go ahead and move right over to him, man. Have a great weekend. We're going to go over, and we've got Mike on the line. Mike, how are you today, my friend?
Greetings from hot Ohio. It is 2 degrees in Eaton, Ohio today.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, I called to talk to you about Brandon Zorsby, but I also wanted to comment on the Phil Nicholas thing. What did he do wrong that's got him so thrown out of the clubs?
Well, he had made a inappropriate comment to a young lady at a golf course that was definitely not good.
He should have been thrown out, and maybe the golf should have suspended him for the comments he made. When is this talk about Brandon Zorsby going to stop on ESPN radio and on the other radio stations?
Well, I think it's good now. I think it's over. I think he's already come out and finally said he was sorry. Finally said he's just going to get ready for the 2027 NFL draft. So I think we've seen all that we're going to see until they start working out, and if somebody by chance, because I think he's going to lose it because of that.
Paul, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
And this becomes real. There will never be an NFL team will draft Brandon Zorsby because of what he did. He won't never ever play football again.
Wow.
And I'm serious because I have strong opinions about if you do the crime, you got to do the time, and if he chose to gamble, and it wasn't forced on him. He chose to gamble, but he bet on his own team to win the game, and he shouldn't have did that. Now let me talk to you about something else too. What is the Braves record now? Because I listened to the Atlanta Braves last night. I listened to Tuesday. What are they?
I think they're 50-34 is what they are right now.
Okay.
So they're still holding tight. It'd be good to go on a good winning streak right now.
Okay. So what's the schedule like for the next 3 games after the Cardinals leave town?
Well, they're playing the third game. It's a rubber match tonight against the Cardinals, and then you start off
the Mets.
four game. It's a 4-game thing at New York against the Mets, and then they stay on the road after that. I think it's another 3-game match right after that.
At Pittsburgh Tuesday.
Yes, that's it.
That's it.
Pittsburgh.
Yep, you're exactly right. Your favorite team in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I hate Pittsburgh. You know that.
That's right.
Paul, let me tell you something. You folks make sure you listen to the Sports Monsters because this is the finest show on radio.
Mike, thank you so much, man. Happy 4th of July, and stay in the air conditioned if you can.
I will, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. We appreciate it. Yes, sir.
All right, Bob. Bye.
Thank you so much.
So I wonder if he gives a pass to Pete Rose for gambling.
I don't know. With him being an Ohio, Cincinnati fan, he
Reds
could.
fan.
Yeah. But also you got to think this is the same league that allowed Michael Vick to come back. I mean, that was one of the most egregious things that we had ever seen. And they let Michael Vick come back. So
if Ruggs comes back.
Ruggs has a good chance of coming back. I'm not 100% sure he comes back, but could be close. So we're going to go ahead and take our next break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Jeffrey's favorite basketball player, where he's going, and all of these people that have been traded, and what's the best trade so far. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
While other radio stations are playing national contests with winners in Timbuktu, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has real local winners.
Hi, this is Dave Neat from Panama City Beach.
Bona fide and certified local.
Man, that's fantastic. Oh, my goodness.
Keep listening to Win on the Gulf Coast.
Hell yeah. Let's do it. I just won $250 from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good evening. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Thursday's weather forecast. Clear tonight with a low near 80 and a wind 2 to 5 miles per hour. Sunshine tomorrow morning, a light breeze out of the north-northeast, and a temperature of 90. About the same in the afternoon and evening, around 91 with sunshine and a wind at 11 miles per hour coming out of the west-southwest. Sunny Saturday, a light breeze and hot around 89. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Your safety and proper care of your boat in an emergency is crucial. When it comes to on-water assistance, response time is everything. And since 1996, in the Bay or on the Gulf, it's Seatow. Seatow's Coast Guard licensed captains are on the scene in an average of 1 hour or less. Seatow gets members home or back to boating faster. Become a member today at seatow.com or call 850-234-2323.
Take the hassle out of pool ownership with Tropical Spas and Pools. Their weekly pool cleaning service covers it all. Water testing, chemicals, brushing, vacuuming, and a full equipment checkup, so you can just relax and enjoy. Ready to upgrade your backyard? They specialize in hot tub spas from entry-level to executive models, starting at $6,599. Plus, above-ground pools like an 18-foot round starting at just $4,295. Visit Tropical Spas and Pools, 3612 West 23rd Street in Panama City.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Back to the gap at the wall. Out of here!
ESPN Northwest Florida advertisers get results.
Hi, this is Todd from PCB Hobby on Back Beach. Advertising with ESPN Northwest Florida has been a wonderful experience. Their staff is very knowledgeable and friendly. If you want to talk with customers like you never thought possible, reach out to the team at ESPN Northwest Florida, 850-215-4468.
Get results for your business. Call ESPN Northwest Florida, 850-215-4468.
ESPN Northwest Florida. He once ate an entire birthday cake before he realized there was a stripper inside. LSU Jeff is part of the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
What it do, people? It's the homie Lil Cash. Right now you tuned in with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida, the hottest sports show in the South. Let's go. Cause Lil Cash with another hit with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz. Where they talk trash and they talk ish. When it comes to sports, man, they too legit. It's 104.3 ESPN. If you love sports, better chime in. NFL, college, local sports, they got it. NBA, they got it. Sports Blitz, the top. The show hottest wasabi. Better tune in and go watch it. Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. If you even tried, you can't stop it. Bone Crusher gon' pop it. No Jeff gon' pop it. Go like, comment, subscribe, and share right now.
Here we go. It's 5 o'clock, and you're locked in 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and we're so glad that you've joined us on this hot, beautiful day here in Panama City Beach. You got one more day, baby, until the weekend, and we're so thankful that you have decided to join us on this day, being Thursday, right here at 104.3 ESPN. Don't forget that the Braves will be coming on right after the show. 6 o'clock is the coverage time. 6:15 is the first pitch. Hopefully the Braves pull off the win and win the series against the Cardinals, and hopefully that will happen. The Braves on the Gulf Coast are sponsored by Hewitt Tire and Auto, Brock Pest Control, Billbird Kia, PCB Hobby, Cito, and Blue Diamond Truck Accessories right here in the Panhandle. Don't forget, if you want to be a part of this show, you can be. Tropical Spas Pools phone line 850-215-6290 is the way you do that. You can call in, you can text in on that line, and that would be awesome. We're so happy. Got Jeffrey here, Bone Crushers here, and you are here. So thank you for being with us. Jeffrey, the World Cup yesterday was a fantastic victory for the United States of America. Watching that game, seeing the excitement, we were at the Lone Star Bowl House, being able to watch the game with all those people getting involved with it. It's become a phenomenon in America right now. I believe it's because we're doing so well. It's because our team is actually doing well. I believe if our team wasn't doing so well, we wouldn't be as happy or so excited about it. But with America doing so well, what's our chances against them Belgian waffles that we get to pour syrup on Monday night?
Well, a week ago I said 40% chance of winning that one.
Yeah.
I think I might up it.
Up it? Come on. 50%.
And we're missing one of our players because he got a red card.
Yeah, what is all that about? Now, I don't know much about it outside of they're talking that they can't review it. Well, why not? I don't understand. If you're going to have, the thing that, and I umpire, so you can't tell me the whole, well, if you don't like how stuff's done, why don't you go umpire? I do. I umpire, I referee, I put my money where my mouth is on all of this. And if you're going to be able to impact the game as an official, which is not your job, you're supposed to just kind of keep the game flowing and let the stars or the people that are playing decide the outcome, not you. But what you've done, referee, with the red card, is that you've allowed one of our best players to be held out of the next game, and you can't, and FIFA World Cup says they can't go back. We need to talk to the FIFA people and let them know that this is America. If you said we did it, we got surveillance here in America, and you can go see if we did it. The guy didn't do anything, nothing egregious that anybody else had done. I saw where Lionel Messi the other day, the beloved Messi from the Argentinos team, it just blows me up that they don't have the mascot. I got to have a mascot. I like mascots, all right? That's why I'm like the Belgian waffles, the American Warriors. I don't know. We just need mascots, I think
have you seen the people dressed up like George Washington?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. Yeah, awesome. I love it. And, it makes me remember when West Virginia made it to the College Baseball World Series, there's Mountaineers dressed up in the stands, and that's fun. And that I love that. Yeah. But there's no way that guy should have got a red card. I mean, come on. There was nothing agreed. I've seen way worse, and I've not been watching soccer but as long as the World Cup's been going on.
So when they brought it down to slow motion and you saw him come down on the guy's ankle, right?
You got to be able to come down.
Yeah, well, not just that, but he brought his foot right back up, right? Was the intention there, Paul?
No,
it wasn't.
It wasn't. And so I thought you were getting ready. I thought I was going to come across the table on you because you were going to say, yeah, his intention was there. I was like, no, it ain't. It is not.
I would have given you a red card.
Well, that's true. And, with that being said, let's go ahead and know that there is a red card for tomorrow. We will not be here tomorrow. We are taking tomorrow off for July the 4th.
No, it's July 3rd tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow's July 3rd, but it's for July the 4th.
You're celebrating Canadian Independence Day.
We're getting the party started early is what we're doing. So that's why we're doing that. So, we will have a national broadcast on tomorrow during the Sports Blitz. We will be back on Monday. So set your timers and your calendars for that.
So it's Monday.
It's Monday.
Seattle.
Let me ask you this. Because they've been having it, last night was in Santa Clara, which is where the home of the 49ers. Packed stadium. It looked fantastic. Yeah. It was beautiful. Now we go to Seattle.
12th man.
The 12th man. Will he show up is what I'm thinking. And that's what I'm, one of the earlier shows was talking about that in this World Cup, it does seem like that home field advantage really does matter because the home teams are winning.
Mexico.
Yeah, and so I love that we're going to be in Seattle. It wouldn't have been my choice, but I'll take it because Seattle, they can get rowdy.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
do you like how they're jumping them over? But why can't
jumping them over?
US,
Been on the West Coast this whole time.
Well, I'm saying, why can't they come back this way? Don't you want them to come back this way a little bit?
The problem is they
jet lag.
They're trying to pick unbiased. They're trying to make the brackets out all ahead of time, so if you win this game, you'll go to this and everything.
It's a conspiracy theory. They're trying to give California all the money.
We got stuck on the West Coast, and it just keeps on happening like that because we came in first in the pool. If we had come in second or third in the pool, we'd play in stiffer competition, and we've been in the middle of the country or the East Coast.
So how you said you moved up? Did you move up to 50%? We got a 50% chance of winning against.
I'm gonna say 55.
Okay, so you think we do have a good chance at winning
against Belgium.
Against the Belgian Waffles?
It just was so shocking when they were down 2-0. We pretty much thought that Senegal had it, and then boom, boom. And then it was like, okay, now we're in overtime. And then, all the shots on goal, the time of possession for Belgium was just, it was really good,
Yeah.
And they just outplayed them, They won the game on their own merits, and I felt bad for Senegal.
Yeah, well, I don't. But I'm happy that we're playing the Belgian Waffles because it had been hard to come up with a mascot for Senegal. Like, what would you call them? The Senegal Sinners? Like, I don't know. It sounds good. But when we play against Belgium, let's talk about what we did last night, though. Going up 2-0, I'm just going to tell you, the penalty kick. Man, I love that. Malik Tillman kicking that penalty kick, the way he put the English on it and curved it and made it go over their head and just kind of man, that was fantastic. I had left the party because it was getting late, and us old guys have got to get sleep, so I had to get on home. The party was too big for me.
8:30.
I'm sorry. So I got home, but I really, honestly, my wife had left early too, so she had went home and she had texted me or called me actually and told me about my son was getting really pumped up about after the first goal. So I thought we were going to score again, so I had to get home to be with him. Yeah. So when they scored that next goal, me and him took off running, and we looked like the bushwhackers running through the house, the old Luke and Butch for the bushwhackers, throwing our arms up, screaming goal. So hopefully we didn't disturb the neighbors. But I believe everybody was saying goal last night whenever that happened. So,
it was short-lived that I was worried when we went down to 10 people.
Yeah,
instead of 11.
But it was a very interesting game. It was very action packed. As much as I thought that soccer wouldn't be as exciting as it is now. Obviously, when you've got somebody that as a player, or like it's our country, they're playing for us, so to speak. It makes a bigger deal, and so I think that's it. And it's just like every time they shoot, because of how they can curve the ball, or they put spin. It's kind of like golf when they put the backspin on the ball. They do that kind of stuff. It's just like, gosh, man, it's crazy. It's a total different dynamic because the scoring, it's not a lot. Baseball, you got home runs. Football, you got touchdowns. But in soccer, you don't. If you score 2 goals in one game, you're like that's superstar status, and of course you scored 3 like Messi did not too long ago. That's pretty fantastic. So, do you look for it to be a back and forth, scoring more goals against Belgium, or do you think it's going to be like a 0-0?
I think it's going to be a 1-1.
First chance.
1-1 go into overtime, and then somebody's going to score in overtime, and it's going to be over with.
Yeah,
I wouldn't hate it if we get to penalty kicks, but you want to do. You want to kill them, don't you, Paul?
I want to beat them by 7. You said earlier 7 runs is the way to go for baseball. I want to win 7-0. I want it to be a party after the half.
So you're going to be majorly disappointed if we lose to Belgium.
I do not want to lose to no Belgian Waffles because we gonna put maple syrup all over them.
Now, how much chaos do you think it would happen if we make it to the final 8 and we beat a Spain or a Portugal, somebody who's legit a contender?
I mean, that would just be fantastic. Yeah. I mean, but I don't know.
Now, I don't know where we're going to be playing if it goes to the final 8. I have to look it up. Hopefully it's someplace like Dallas or Kansas City or Miami or something good,
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that it will be, something that we all can agree that it's going to be a fantastic, because we made it to the 16. Now we would go to the Elite 8, and that would be fantastic. So I'm excited about it. If you had to,
it's Los Angeles.
Okay, so they're just going to stay right there.
Yeah.
So
on the West Coast.
That's
Great.
okay. All right, so let's move over to the basketball side. With LeBron still not knowing where it's going, we did get yesterday live on the show that Jalen Green is leaving and going to. I mean,
you mean Jalen Brown?
Jalen Brown. Sorry, wrong color. He played for the Celtics. That's why I kept green.
Green.
So they got the Boston received Paul George, which is in the latter parts of his career, and two first-round picks and two second-round picks.
Yeah, that's a lot, Paul.
That's a
lot to give up. Are you kidding me? It's 5 people. That's a whole team.
Yeah, but that's two first-round picks are usually – second-round picks, they usually go to the G League most of the time.
Yeah, sometimes.
So two – getting those two first-round picks, now you're going to have a chance to have, maybe, a 20th, 21st, something like that, because, the Celtics are going to have a good –
So Kendrick Perkins said that in that trade that they just gave the 76ers a path to the championship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
National.
Well, we got Coach Green from the Mosley Dolphins on the phone line, and so glad that he called. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. About yourself?
We're doing fantastic. Now, we're diving in on this Jalen Brown trade to the 76ers from the Celtics, and Kendrick Perkins says that the Celtics just paved the way for the 76ers to go to the finals. Do you agree with that?
I don't know if I agree they're going to the finals, but they're definitely one of the top teams in the East. The Knicks are still going to be really good. But they're definitely up there. And if they can get, I think LeBron was rumored to be going there too, then I would definitely say they're going to the finals.
So if you saying that if LeBron does indeed go there, what are they going to do with Joel Embiid, though? I mean, because you can only have one ball, and that's three people that like the ball, and Joel calls for the ball, and he probably still believes that's his team because what would we do with Joel Embiid there?
Honestly, I think it's going to be four. You got Maxey, you got Brown, you got LeBron, and you got Embiid. I think LeBron is, obviously, he's at the end of his career. He doesn't really care whether he's scoring or not. If Embiid's healthy, they definitely got a chance to win. And I think, Embiid at this point in his career, like he's going to be defined if he wins a finals championship or not. So if he's got to sacrifice, he's going to need to do it.
Jayden Brown going here solidifies that he wants to be the star. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, he's the real deal. 6'7", 6'8", can do everything. Can shoot it, defend. He led the Celtics last year. I can't remember which all-NBA team he was on, but he's a really great player. I would say I would put it in his hands versus Embiid because Embiid's always hurt. But if you can take that load off to Embiid and Maxey right there, then you've got a really good team. Even without LeBron, they're going to be really, really good.
Let me ask you this. If you look at it, I want both of y'all's opinions on this. So in the 4 years that Jayden Brown's been with the Celtics, when he hasn't played, when he wasn't on the floor, the Celtics are 47-10. So do you think this was a good move for the Celtics? I know we're heavy on the 76ers right now, but you think that this is a good move for the for the Celtics?
You said they were 47-10 without Brown?
Yes, in the 4 years that he's missed games, they were 47-10 in those games. So they won 47 and lost 10.
I think that's kind of skewed. They're good regardless whether Brown is playing or whether Tatum's not playing. I think it's going to hurt the Celtics. Honestly, I think it's going to hurt the Celtics. They've lost some pieces in the past couple of years. Tatum's still coming off that injury, so you don't know how, if he's going to be 100%, even though he played a little bit last year. I think that this move helps the Sixers out more positively, and then it definitely hurt the Celtics tremendously, in my opinion.
Were you surprised, Jeff, to hear that?
Well, okay, everything's not black or white. Okay, for starters, who did they play? Were they on the road or were they at home? Was it towards the end of the season where they're playing teams like Indiana Pacers who had no shot at the end of the season? Okay, then you have to equate, okay, if you turn 47-10 into an 82 game, in a season, right? You're sitting at 66 wins. That's what they're doing all the time.
Yeah.
So you think that's better? No, it's the same thing as if they had him, they did without him. And it just depends who you're playing.
Yeah. Is there any more value in Paul George as a player? I mean, does he really give you anything? Does he just give you extra minutes? Is he going to come off the bench? Will he be a second fiddle style player that can come in and give you 15 really good minutes? Because, we know that he's at the end of his career.
Yeah, he's at the end. I think he's just going to be a solid role player. He's capable of making the shots. He's capable of making plays. But those PG days of the Thunder and the Pacers, and even glimpses when he was with the Clippers are over. And then also, I will say this, Paul, I'm looking at this record without Jaylen Brown, and the first ones are Detroit, Charlotte, Brooklyn, Charlotte. So that tells you who the heck they're playing right there.
Yeah. No, not bad. Do you think that if Tatum does get back to rare form, that there's a chance that, that he's going to be able to lead this team? Because they did add the player coming over from the Knicks that's going to give them some depth. Everybody's trying to get their front court big because the Wemby factor now. Do you think the Celtics are better if Tatum comes back? Because I know they won the championship, and yeah, Jeff's looking at me all crazy, but when you gotta, anything with two heads is a monster. You gotta have a leader that, when the game's on the line, who's getting the ball, and I think they didn't know. I think both of them wanted to do it, but they didn't want to overstep each other, and I just didn't think that was going to last. I felt like it was going to do what happened. But do you think there's a chance that the Celtics does come out of this really doing good?
I don't see that. When you have two guys that are capable of getting you 30 and 40 points, and you take that away, that's tough, in this league. And like I said, they're going to have to contend with the Knicks and some of these other teams in the East and the teams that, whoever comes out West. I don't think I would have done it. I didn't see anything that kind of indicated that they didn't like playing with each other. Whoever had the hot hand and kind of rolled. And honestly, they both shot the ball, almost 20-plus times. So, he's still going to get that, but I'd rather be I'd take the Tatum and Brown combination with the others around them. I really think that the 76ers came out a lot better.
And then, the league's trying to get younger and everything, and now they have all these picks. Well, now you need a year or two for those guys to mature.
Yeah.
You can have speed all day long, but you need to be adjusted to the NBA fast-paced game. And by the time that happens, Jason Tatum, what is he going to be when these guys mature?
Well, and you got to think, too, Coach, if you remember, they got BJ there, too, so he's going to be he's right there. So maybe bringing Brown on, that VJ might end up, replacing him within about 4 years and being the star there.
Yeah, they've got some pieces. They're built to win right now. Like I said, I kind of like if LeBron did go there. But I don't know if you saw, they also signed the Anthony Simons guy that was with the Celtics last year.
Yeah,
and that's a guy that can give you 20 off the bench, where I think the Sixers, the more we talk about it, I think they are going to be a legit contender, potential, if healthy, title contender with Nick Nurse, who's a great coach. Sorry, my son is blocking my.
Yeah, he's excited about. He's a 76er fan now.
He's probably blocking somebody out.
And they're fighting each other for basketball.
Anthony Simons signed a 2-year deal. I think it's like $13.2 million or something like that today.
Yeah, they're gonna be loaded. They got plenty of talent, plenty of scoring. I think their biggest issue is just going to be, can they maintain and be healthy?
Well, Coach, we got one more question before we go to our next break, and I just want to know, where do you really believe LeBron's going to go, though?
I would want for his legacy to go back to Cleveland. I think they'd be really good if he did come back. I wouldn't mind seeing him with the Warriors, too. I think that'd be really fun with those guys. So those are my two picks out there.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Well, we sure do appreciate it. Anytime you can call, we appreciate that so much. Have a great 4th of July, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, sir. Y'all too. Enjoy it and be safe.
Yes, sir. When we come back, we're going to dive into a little bit more of this NBA, but also we've got some stuff that we've been talking about on the Facebook page. I want to know who the favorite Gator is right here, and we're going to look at that. And also, what did Nick Saban do? You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Come on vacation.
Summer vacation. Hey, how's your vacation going?
Leave on probation.
Sheriff's deputies in Panama City Beach arresting 161 people during an out-of-control spring break weekend.
Welcome to the Emerald Coast. Have a great time at the beautiful beaches, but not like end up in the back of a police cruiser great. A friendly reminder from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good evening. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Thursday's weather forecast. Clear tonight with a low near 80 and a wind 2 to 5 miles per hour. Sunshine tomorrow morning, a light breeze out of the north-northeast, and a temperature of 90. About the same in the afternoon and evening, around 91 with sunshine and a wind at 11 miles per hour coming out of the west-southwest. Sunny Saturday, a light breeze and hot around 89. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
The legendary Pepper's Mexican Grill and Cantina, home for the most popular drink specials in town and now on the beach. Enjoy 2-for-1 house margaritas and draft beer all day, every day. 10% off on Military Mondays, and Tuesdays, kids eat free with an adult. Pepper's Mexican Grill and Cantina, now with 2 locations. Back Beach next to Home Depot and Highway 77.
Get ready for our Star Spangled Celebration at Tracy's Fine Jewelry and Gifts in beautiful downtown Panama City. Save 20 to 50% throughout the store on fine jewelry, diamonds, gifts, and more. Plus, now is the perfect time to start your Christmas shopping with only 20% down on layaways. Don't miss the savings, sparkle, and celebration at Tracy's Fine Jewelry and Gifts, putting a sparkle on Bay County, 638 Harrison Avenue, downtown Panama City.
Strap in, Braves country, because this 2026 Brave squad is reminding the league that the road to the postseason still runs through Atlanta.
And he swings and it's one high and deep to left field. Green to the wall, and it's gone! Home run, Ozzie Albies!
Tonight, the Braves and Cardinals keep it going at Truist Park in Atlanta as Drake Baldwin and the Braves look for a win against St. Louis.
Coverage starts at 6 and the first pitch will be at 6:15 here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Your put-downs, smackdowns, and shutdowns.
That's the difference between a winning football team and a losing football team.
It's a Trash Talk Thursday on the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We are back live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and we're so glad that you joined us today on this hot day in Panama City Beach, Florida, and we're so glad you're here with us. It is getting closer to the weekend, baby, so just hang tight with us. If you want to be a part of this show, you can be. 850-215-6290 is the way you do that. The Tropical Spas and Pool phone line is active and ready to take your call. You know, Jeffrey, we've had a lot of people been trading in the NBA, and, you know, obviously this one being a big deal with the Jaylen Brown going to the 76ers. Is that a bigger trade than Giannis going to Miami or what? And I know, and I was going to say this earlier, but you guys keep talking about the Knicks. Even you've talked about the Knicks. Oh, you got to worry about the Knicks. The Knicks are done. The Knicks are done. Okay. They're not coming back. Their historic season that caught everybody off guard. They got an easy route to the playoffs. They went all the way through their little, the Celtics were out. Whatever, right? The Knicks are not going back to the finals. The excitement has hit its crescendo, and it is going downhill from now. The Knicks are not doubling up. They're not going to be the number one team in the East. It's not going to happen. They're not going back to the finals. You can go ahead and put it down. The New York Knicks fans, don't buy any playoff tickets early because you're not going to be there very long. So with that being said, you got the 76ers, you got the Heat, who neither one really did much in the playoffs. So you're going to have a better those two teams are going to be better. I think Boston will be better if Tatum's back fresh. I mean, will Indiana come back if Halliburton is healthy? Because this is his time to get back. So I'm just saying, you got a lot of, stuff going on. You were shaking your head about the Knicks. Come on, what?
No, I believe the Knicks have a shot.
What?
To make it to the finals.
No, come on, man.
And lose.
No, they're not going back. They're not going back. No, I don't.
You think the Dodgers have a better chance at 3 beating?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
What about the Seahawks?
They're just like the Seahawks.
It's
the same thing.
Wow.
It's the same thing. The
Different
Seahawks,
sport, same
result. Yeah, Seahawks are not repeating, and neither is the Knicks. Everything, the stars align for the Seahawks, the stars align for the Knicks. That's the bottom line because Paul Wilson said so. That's how it is. I'm just telling you. The Knicks aren't going back. But you've got all of these players that –
I mean, who are you giving respect to? The team that just won, Paul? I mean, the Indian Hoosiers just won in football. Do you think they had an easy path?
No.
Because they played Bama and killed them.
No, because
Bama had won 5 years. You think Bama has a better shot at winning the national title this year than the Hoosiers?
They beat Ohio State, who I thought was one of the most talented teams in the country.
By 3 points.
They showed adversity against a scrappy team by the name of Penn State. They did beat Alabama and beat them
38-3.
Pretty bad. They were destined to win. They were the best team at the time.
Yeah.
They're 26 years old, and all of them were, had families, and they had to get extra plane tickets for their kids.
So you're just going to say, okay, give the Knicks their moment, and then next year they're not going to be
It's over. It's over. The Knicks are done.
Do you think the Heat has a better chance?
Than the Knicks? No. I think the 76ers and the Celtics have a better shot than the Knicks.
The Celtics?
I
don't think so.
I'm a Tatum fan. I think Tatum, if he's back healthy 100%, I think with Paul George, with Derek White, with who they've got, I think they'll be fine.
Okay, let's talk about the two teams that got upset in the first round. The Celtics and Denver.
Right.
Nuggets.
Yeah.
You think the Celtics have a better chance next year than the Nuggets?
Yeah. I think the Nuggets are done because Jamal Murray's probably not going to be there.
Yeah.
And he's a player that could go somewhere and really make a big difference. If he was to go to the Celtics or something if he was to go to the Celtics or something like that, that would be fantastic.
No, I think the Celtics are done.
But I also think the Heat got better. Mm-hmm. The 76ers got better. Mm-hmm. So
do you think that the Pistons got exposed, that they're not really a 1 seed?
Yeah, the Pistons are not. Yeah,
they didn't even. The Pacers can come back.
It just depends on Halliburton and what they do. I mean, there's still some time to get some trades going. And I'll be honest with you, it's going to matter where LeBron goes. Where LeBron goes will make a big deal, depending if he goes East Coast, West Coast, whatever.
What if he goes to Washington with Anthony Davis?
It's not going to make a difference because I don't see them doing anything. He's not going to Washington. That's too much of he would be following. He followed Kobe to the Lakers. Now he's following MJ to the Washington Wizards. No, thank you.
Yeah, but MJ didn't do anything in Washington.
I will say this: I think another team in that Eastern Conference that you're going to have to watch out for. We talked about them last year.
Cavs?
I think it's going to be the Hornets. I think the Hornets are going to be pretty good.
Well, with Ball gone, it's like a shock to the system.
Yeah,
I just don't. Is basketball the one sport in professional where they're hitting the panic button too early? and they're trading people away too quickly?
No, I think they're figuring out that you only have a certain window and a period of time, and that's really it. Used to you'd stay with the team for 10, 12, 15 years maybe, and hopefully you'd get one, maybe two.
They were talented.
chances.
They're going to continue to be talented.
Right. And those days have kind of went out the way because they're giving them a shorter leash. I mean, 2 to 3 years, if you haven't produced or they don't like you, that's another thing. They may not like LaMelo Ball. I don't think they liked him.
Yeah.
Ja Morant, I don't think they liked him.
Yeah.
And then I honestly believe that Brad Stevens did not like Jayden Brown for the Celtics. I think that's why he left.
Do you think the quality players, it was more like a pyramid before, and now it's kind of
More
like
of a plateau?
Yes, it's more smoothed out and everything. And we do have a tier that's up at the top, but the difference between them and the ones right below them is not as much because there's so many that are right below on that second or third tier of quality players.
Everybody that's definitely in the West Coast, but also if you or Western Conference, but if you look in the Eastern Conference with what Miami's done, everybody's getting bigger to try to combat this whole Wemby phenomenon that's going on. And that's you can't.
You think
can't
bigger
check out.
is better than the younger? Because everybody's getting younger, it seemed like that was doing things, really.
Younger to me doesn't matter anymore because the longevity of people staying with teams is shortening, and it seems like there's more teams that are going away from the player after about 2 to 3 years if they don't see it, flourishing, and they have an opportunity to get a immediate star. The 76ers, they drafted AJ. They've got Maxey. They've got Embiid. Embiid's on his last leg. They had Paul George. They had these guys that, if they thought BJ was able to carry that team or if Maxey was able to carry that team right now, they would have probably went front court. But they didn't. They went with Jayden Brown. And I know he can play. I know he's a big guard, I think. But really when you look at it, they're going after who can win for us now, and they believe that with this young talent that they have, with a little bit of an old head, calling Embiid old, bringing Brown in is gonna suffice them. So
the Pacers went from here to the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Who's going to be that team?
Are the Bucks that team?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Because if you look at it, all they've got is Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
And
and he's a sandwich.
Yeah. He's not a hero.
He's not a hero.
No, not at all. And you got people like, Coach said earlier about LeBron possibly going to the Warriors. That's another indication that, if they bring LeBron there, if they bring Anthony Davis there, I know that Washington said we're not doing it, we're against it, whatever. But if you do that, then there's a chance that, you give these older guys one more run, one last time. I will say this. LeBron has come out and his agent has come out and said, and I know you're going to love this, he's had discussions about filming this entire upcoming season for a documentary or episode series that's from Kevin O'Connell. So he's entering his 24th season, and he's going to use it. So with that being said, to me, it's got to be the Golden State Warriors.
That's my shade of the week, Paul.
I just made you.
It's a documentary I'm not watching, Paul. That's exactly what that is. I was thinking about who I was going to give shade to. I'm giving it to
skip the whole thing.
LeBron documentary.
Yep, just skip it all.
Yeah, it might as well be the Kardashians.
Yeah, you're not watching it.
That's easy. Funny. That's an easy pick in there.
Yeah, you're right. I just wondered about that. I just, with LeBron, it just depends. Now the Lakers are in a tough situation. So they went Walker Kessling, Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
The Lakers now have no tradable first-round picks over the next 7 years and have committed $475 million to Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and Walker Kessling.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is the whitest the Lakers have ever been.
That is true. I don't know if you heard it or not. Stephen Smith went off about that.
Yeah.
And he did make it about race.
Yeah.
And he made it about what are the Lakers doing? Because this is Showtime. This is supposed to be no brothers on the team is what he said. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you what he said. And
so it's okay to do that in Boston, with the whole 80s thing and McHale and
Bird and Parrish.
No, Parrish,
or Ainge.
Yeah, Ainge and everything. But it's not okay to do that in L.A.
Right.
Because
do you agree with that? You agree with it's okay to say this kind of stuff? Because I don't really. I'm just.
You look at the fan base, and Boston kind of follows in that. L.A. does not.
Right.
It's kind of a hard sell on the people in L.A.
I don't think it matters. I get it.
Give me wins.
Get the best players you think. If you were so good at it, Stephen A. Smith, and I know I'm kind of talking to him now, if you're so good at it, then why hasn't anybody ever asked you to be the general manager of a team and go build a team and win a championship? Yeah. You were wrong about the Knicks, and I think you're wrong about this. It has no effect on what color a person is based off of whether or not they're going to win a basketball game or not. If some people think that Luka Doncic is the greatest basketball player in the NBA. Some people think it's Wemby. Some people think it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Who cares what color they are, and why does it matter if you sign 3 white players that are going to handle the ball or going to be more of your money spent towards them? Who cares? It doesn't matter. You had LeBron James last year and you didn't win, so who cares if what color they are?
Do you think it's the coaches' input also?
Yeah, of course. Wow. I think the coach has something to do with this. J.J. Redick, he played several years in the NBA. I'm sure he's got.
Was he Duke or North Carolina?
Duke.
He was Duke.
Yeah, I mean, I just it made me aggravated a little bit that we've got a lot more stuff to talk about than what color the players are. Yeah. Who cares what color the players are? Just let them play. If the Lakers go on to win the championship next year, and I'm not saying that they are, but if they go on and win the championship next year, that'll be 2 years in a row that Stephen A. Smith has said that they're not going to win.
Yeah.
Right? Because he said the Knicks wasn't going to win. So then, could we just say that Stephen A. Smith, you should sit it out from predicting winners from now on? Because obviously you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, what if they don't win this year and then Joker goes over to LA?
Yeah, joins LA. And then you got 4 white guys playing on there.
And they're going to win. They're going to win, Paul.
Right. I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter to me. Win games, and that's what matters. Mm-hmm. So, but I don't know if you know this or not, but the other day it was raining. Now it's really hot.
Yeah.
But you still got to get your kids out.
Oh.
So where do you need to go? You need to go to Duplay, right there at 287 Aberdeen Parkway in beautiful Panama City. You want to go to a place that'll get those kids off the tablets, off the phones, and active. They can go play soccer. They can go play basketball. I went over there, and I'm telling you, the excitement of the kids is phenomenal. They were playing soccer. They said, hey, let's stop playing soccer. Now let's play dodgeball. Boom. Started throwing balls at each other's heads. I mean, what a way to play with a bunch of your friends out there beating them in dodgeball. Then you had a whole other group of kids over there playing on each half court of basketball. You got some of the younger kids staying together, playing together. You got the older kids over here playing together. I even saw the moms and the dads jumping in there playing. This dad was like being the goalie, and he was like stopping every shot. He was like, there's no way you're scoring today, right? So that's what it's all about. It's getting out, having a good time, and fun. And where you can do that is at Duplay. If you want to sign up for any of their camps, they still got the camps going on. You can sign up for it. It's duplayonline.com, or you can go to their Facebook page and instant message them, and they will respond and take care of your every need. They got free play every single day, so you can just go over there and play what you want. Maybe your kid wants to work on dribbling skills of basketball or soccer. Maybe he wants to work on quickness drills, whatever he wants to do, and you can enjoy yourself with a nice cold beverage that they have in their concession stand. It's so good.
And you want entertaining soccer? Yeah. Indoor soccer, Paul.
Yeah, that's
it's so much better.
Yeah, you love it.
I do love it.
Yeah.
You can play off the walls. It's a smaller field and everything, a lot more scoring going on.
Yeah.
And then when they kick it and it does go out of bounds, it's to the bench and all that, and usually hits somebody.
There you go. All about hitting somebody. We're going to go ahead and take our next break. When we come back, we're going to talk about what Nick Saban's talking about a little bit and some of this other stuff. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
you sick of the old sports talk, the vanilla opinions, the polite debates, the hosts who are afraid to say what they really think? So are we. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is bringing the house. It's the new Sports Blitz. Weekdays 11 to 1. We're not pulling punches. We're digging graves. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
DraftKings Sports is live in all 50 states. Yes, that means you, Florida. The whole world is watching one tournament right now. Group stage chaos, knockout drama, stoppage time heartbreak. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in Florida. So whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Florida, the world's biggest stage is in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up now with code NWFlorida. Spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards. That's code NWFlorida in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends June 28. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo.
Looking for your next reliable ride? Don't break the bank. Cruise on down to Emerald Coast Auto Sales. From spacious family SUVs to sleek fuel-efficient sedans, we have an incredible selection of quality pre-owned vehicles waiting just for you right here on our lot at Emerald Coast Auto Sales. Drive home happy today. Emerald Coast Auto Sales, 2815 15th Street, right across the street from Cedar Grove Elementary.
Strap in, Braves country, because this 2026 Brave squad is reminding the league that the road to the postseason still runs through Atlanta.
And he swings and it's one high and deep to left field. Green to the wall, and it's gone! Home run, Ozzie Albies!
Tonight, the Braves and Cardinals keep it going at Truist Park in Atlanta as Drake Baldwin and the Braves look for a win against St. Louis.
Coverage starts at 6 and the first pitch will be at 6:15 here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Karen bought 83 liters of Dr. Thunder, a suitcase full of Cheez-Its, and a drum of Crisco. Now she's crying about using the self-check at Walmart.
Maybe we should speak to a manager or something.
Just saying. ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Sports Blitz.
We are back live and local right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget the Braves, about 15 minutes. Going to be taking on the St. Louis Cardinals right here at 104.3. First pitch is at 6:15. You don't want to miss it. Also, if you want to be a part of this show, you don't have very long, but you can still call in, text in on the Tropical Spas and Pools phone line. 850-215-6290 is the way you do that. DraftKings is live in all 50 states. Yes, that means you, Florida. Win or go home. That's it. The World's Cup knockout round is live and local right here at 104.3, and the DraftKings has you covered every single match. The DraftKings app is now live in Florida, so whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment in one app. Right here in Florida, the world's biggest stage in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with code NWFlorida. Spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards over 21 days. That's NWFlorida. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim. Issued is non-withdrawable prediction dollars that it will expire in 1 year. Ends July 19th. Terms dkng.co/predictions promo. You know, Jeffrey, when you look at how everything is rolling in the sports world, then you have what goes on with Terrion Arnold. And Nick Saban has kind of weighed in on this because the other day, Coach Saban had sent a letter to the judge residing over the case and basically said that I can tell you because I've been around this kid's a good kid. He's definitely not a flight risk. He's going to, do right, all of these things, and the judge allowed it. And Nick Saban has kind of caught some flack because, he did write a letter for Henry Ruggs as well. Mm-hmm. And he spoke out loud about Henry Ruggs. What do you think about that? Obviously, your players, but do you? He said in the letter, he said he had him at his house and he's been around my grandkids and my wife and my family. And I remember Miss Terrion Arnold was one of her favorite players. She definitely, there is a lot of time where you saw her interaction with him. She seemed to love him, and I'm not saying that at all. But what do you think about that? Do you think it's a coach's job to get involved with that? I don't know.
I admire his ability to basically take, I don't want to say, treat people like their family. Mm-hmm. He takes possession of relationships.
Yeah.
And he admires the people that admire him.
Yeah.
And learn from him. And it's a great trait, but sometimes your friends and your relatives don't make the greatest of decisions.
Right.
And I had a rebuttal, and this is a joke, okay? So you're going to have to go with it. Outside of an occasional kidnapping and armed robbery, Terrion was a great guy. He was a tad lazy in zone coverage and lacked all speed, which is why he got caught. But overall, he showed his leadership abilities and that he was a team player by orchestrating an armed robbery with other outstanding athletes. Signed, Nick Saban.
Oh, wow. Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But you can't be responsible for people you love's actions.
Right.
And some bad decisions. I've had friends go to jail. I don't know if you have. And I call them friends because we were friends. We would hang out during college and everything and just, get drunk. Okay, we'll just say it.
Yeah.
We got drunk together.
Right.
But he made a lot of bad decisions. And I have friends that have treated women where I didn't feel like that was so great.
Yeah.
But this is guns and holding people against their will.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be some common sense come in here, Paul. How do you feel about you can't be responsible for other people? And I know you're trying to be a character witness, Nick Saban, but, guys make bad decisions, and women do too. It's not just a guy trait, but it's not the greatest of a look.
Yeah. I just wonder, these guys sometimes take on the father figure, and some of these guys believe that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I believe when Coach Saban wrote that letter, I believe that
it came from a good place,
that he was doing it out of a good heart.
Yes.
You think about players that have done stuff wrong, and you think about when they've made mistakes, and obviously it's easy to jump on Ray Caruth's of the world. It's easy to jump on Aaron Hernandez's of the world. It's easier to jump on
O.J. Simpson.
It's easy to do that because, they're easy targets.
Mm-hmm.
Now Terrion Arnold will be added to that list of,
And it's hard to know how much remorse they have, like a Michael Vick. It's hard to know where that person is thinking as far as it comes to realize, oh, my God, look what I've done.
Yeah.
How did I not know? It's so obvious now, but it's all in hindsight.
Well, most people, and I'm just going to say this, whether it's a big deal or a smaller deal, no matter what it is in life, most people are sorry, but they're sorry that they got caught.
Yes.
And so,
yes.
And again, we all live in glass houses. Mm-hmm. None of us sitting in here are perfect.
Yeah.
And we've all made mistakes, and we've all had consequences. But, I don't think there's anything wrong with what Coach Saban did. Again, I think sometimes people think that, Coach Saban wrote the letter, so then that judge let him out. Well, you don't know that because the judge didn't say, well, Nick Saban gave me a call and sent me a letter and promised me Alabama tickets next year, so I'm going to let Terrion Arnold off, or let him go. And so, it's so hard in the society that we live in right now is because of the media. That's what we're doing right now. We're talking about it. We're the news. We're the news media. And we're talking about stuff. And sometimes stuff gets out and it shoots out further than the actual truth. So until we know exactly what happened, until we see some kind of trial and some kind of, truth, and people can lie. People have lied under oath for years. So you never know. But I wanted to bring that up.
And we don't always get the whole story because now, I don't know if you know about Tiger Woods' medical records are going to be for the prosecution.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm not saying more information is going to come out, but there's a chance.
Well, there's no telling. So we put something on Facebook, and we can still have this over the weekend, but I thought it was a good one. Who's your favorite Gator? Tim Tebow, Emmitt Smith, Percy Harvin, or Danny Werfel? It's not who's the best Gator.
Yeah.
It was who was your favorite Gator. And a lot of people had said number 2, which is Emmitt Smith. And then, like Matt said that. David Kozlowski said that I have to go with Emmitt Smith. As a kid, I got to watch him play against Bay High when he played with Escambia, and I was already somewhat following the Gators since my aunt was an assistant basketball coach. So there you go. Chip Jeffcoat said best player, Smith. Best all-around person, Tim Tebow. Angie Worcester. I'm sorry if I butcher these names, okay? I'm from South Alabama. Give me a break. She said, very tough choice, but she went with Tim Tebow. So there you go. A lot of people going with Tebow. I thought Tebow. I mean, if there was a Gator that I would say is my favorite Gator, or, if I liked a player, you can't not like Tim Tebow. What he did at Florida, you've never heard anything, bad about Tim Tebow. He's never been in the news for anything. I mean, he actually literally had the rules changed because he was writing Bible scriptures on his eye black,
Yeah.
Then also they wouldn't let him kneel, So really Tim Tebow stood for what he believed in. And so for me, if I had a favorite Gator, Tim Tebow. What about you?
Tim Tebow, number 1. Shocker on number 2. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Steve Spurrier.
Oh, yeah.
Give it to me.
Yeah, I like
the
Steve
old ball
Spurrier.
coach.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna talk for Bone Crusher now. His favorite is ATN because he transferred to Georgia.
Well, okay, so that's Travis's brother, right?
Yeah.
So it's Achan. It's not Etienne anymore.
God.
You're
Etienne.
I'm sorry. It's not Etienne. He's not Cajun.
Okay.
It's Achan. He himself said it was Achan. So
yeah.
I wanted to tell you something real quick before we go. We only have a couple of minutes left before we turn it over to the Braves broadcast. But the NBA will test the one free throw rule at the NBA Summer League this year. With this rule, any foul that would typically result in 1, 2, or 3 free throws will instead result in a single free throw attempt. That attempt will be worth the same total number of points as the free throw it replaces.
What?
So when the free throws are awarded,
Yes.
one free throw worth 1,
Yeah.
2, or 3 will be attempted. So standard NBA free throw rules apply in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter and during overtime. The NBA G League has used this rule since the 2019-20 season to improve the game flow.
I don't understand what they're doing there.
Yeah. So if it's a not a shooting foul and you get fouled, you get one free throw. If
and
I
you
go
get
up
the ball still?
No, it's just it's it. You
Okay,
get
that's
one free
wrong.
throw.
That's
All right?
just- no.
The next
Forget
thing
it.
is you get 2 shots if you're shooting a jumper or a layup or whatever inside the 3-point line. You get 2 shots. If it's a 3-point shot that you get fouled on, you get 3 free throws. So that's what it is. So like if
So
you go
give
past
one
the,
free throw
if
and you lose the ball?
If you go past the limit. Yeah. That's what they're doing.
Okay, now.
You guys like that
This is
rule?
stupid idea.
Banana ball rules apply.
I know. Next, the fans will be catching and they'll get a 4-pointer. I don't even know. I mean, it's crazy. No. One free throw and the other team gets a ball?
Yeah.
No. Give me one free throw and they keep the ball.
Yeah.
And then they'll keep
Make
them
it
from
like a
fouling at
tech.
the end of the game. You want to talk about continue the flow of game, then nobody's going to want to foul at that point.
I got you going on that one, didn't I?
Absolutely.
Right here. All right, so I got one more story for you before we got 1 minute left. Tim Hardaway Sr. won't let anyone wear number 10 in Miami. Not even his own son. Tim Hardaway Jr. did sign with the Miami Heat. And Tim Hardaway said, "My legacy is my legacy."
So his
even
number's
though
retired?
even though he likes to wear number 10, that is not coming down from the rafters. Yes,
The Heat retired number 10 for Hardaway.
Tim Hardaway with the killer crossover. That's right.
Unretire that number because it's Hardaway.
Well, that's it for us, guys. We will not be here tomorrow. We are going to enjoy the rest of the weekend for 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Let's go and get ready for USA's match against those Belgian Waffles on Monday. You've been listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. Be safe out there. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Set your alarm clock to wake up with the Coach Hales Show on ESPN Northwest Florida.
We can go to a youth sporting event, drink, and you know how they can get when they don't get their way? Man, that can create a problem.